Hello everyone, welcome! Today we follow the trail of one woman, a journalist, a notorious mistress, and perhaps a transnational spy. Her story ignited a political storm that brought down key officials in Beijing, and now she's vanished. On the morning of April 10, 2023, a Gulfstream G650 jet lifted off from Los Angeles International Airport, one of the fastest, most luxurious private jets in the world. Before boarding, a beautiful young woman cradled her child, snapped a selfie by the cabin window, and posted on social media. After a year, I'm boarding again from Los Angeles, but this time I have my son, Qin, with me. Destination? Beijing. The woman was en route to Alaska, then straight to Beijing, but within hours of that post, she vanished. At the time, almost no one noticed. Months later, the woman, her baby, and her disappearance would set off a firestorm of speculation, connecting online gossip with political scandals. The woman was Fu Xiaotian, born in Chongqing in 1983. She entered Beijing Language and Culture University in 2002 and earned an English degree there. After college, she went to the United Kingdom to attend Cambridge University, studying education, then philosophy, finishing with a master's degree. By 2009, at just 26, she joined Phoenix TV, not as a junior reporter, but as the bureau chief of their London office. Young, well-educated, photogenic, she seemed the perfect image representing China on global stage. As expected, her career soared. In 2011, she reported from war-torn Libya during the fall of Gaddafi and was named the most beautiful war correspondent. By 2014, she became the host of Talk with World Leaders, sitting across from major figures like Shinzo Abe, John Kerry, and Britain's Gordon Brown. But in 2016, admiration gave way to suspicion. On June 10th that year, to honor Fu Xiaotian's contributions, encouraging young people, promoting education, and most notably, her generous donations, Cambridge University's Churchill College named a new garden after her, the Fu Xiaotian Garden. It was the first facility in Cambridge's 800-year history named after female alumna. The design featured roses, Chinese peonies, and magnolias. And most striking of all, two massive stones shipped from China's Three Gorges to Cambridge. The university billed it as a symbol of Sino-British friendship. But one phrase stood out, her generous donation. For Cambridge to call a donation generous, we're not talking about a few £1,000s. It had to be serious money, and that raised a question. Ms. Fu was barely in her 30s, and as a TV host, where did she get the money? And that's when whispers began to spread. People started to suspect Fu Xiaotian's story wasn't just about ambition, beauty, or good luck. There was more to it, much more. Then a scandal struck. In May 2016, Fu interviewed New Zealand's Prime Minister John Key. 6 months later, Key suddenly announced his resignation. Some media alleged that the Prime Minister was blackmailed over an ambiguous relationship with his glamorous Chinese TV host. Fu and Phoenix TV subsequently deleted all interview videos with John Key. That's when people began to ask, who is this woman really? Fu Xiaotian's employer, Phoenix TV, is widely regarded as a state mouthpiece based in Hong Kong. Its founder, Liu Changle, was a colonel in the CCP's 40th Group Army in charge of propaganda. At a banquet in Shenzhen in 1998, Liu told guests that China's Ministry of State Security had given him $2 million to help establish Phoenix TV in Hong Kong. Many of the network's key executives have state security backgrounds. It's said that the founder, Liu Changle, personally groomed Fu Xiaotian to be a marquee presenter. By hosting Talk with World Leaders, she had access to world's political heavyweights. Fu once said that interacting with world leaders gives her excitement, stimulation, and a sense of fulfillment. After 2019, Fu's career only went higher. She secured her spot as Phoenix TV's top anchor, collected one honor after another. She interviews Italy's president and prime minister at the time and received Order of the Star of Italy. On paper, Miss Fu seemed to have it all, except a husband. At 40, she was still single. Then came the bombshell. In March 2023, Fu Xiaotian suddenly posted a photo of her son on Weibo. His name is Qin. With over 1 million followers, the reaction was instant. The news spread like wildfire, and the question on everyone's mind was, who was the father? Fu fed the curiosity with hints. The father was Chinese. She revealed that she was living in a $15 million mansion in Newport Beach, one of California's richest neighborhoods. She admitted taking medication for postpartum depression. Soon after, she posted a tender mother and son picture with the caption, "Daddy has gone to fulfill his mission, so busy that he doesn't even have time for his birthday." Her fans quickly pieced together 3 clues. First, her postpartum depression. Many believed it was because the father was a married man. Second, the birthday post, shared on March 18th, suggesting the father's birthday fell around that date. Third, the phrase, fulfilling his mission, which sounded like someone with heavy official responsibilities. Still, no one could say exactly who the man was, until her story suddenly took a darker turn. Remember what we said at the beginning? Fu boarded that private jet to Beijing with her son. After posting it, she disappeared completely. At first, it seemed like nothing more than a celebrity going offline, but then a shocking name surfaced. On July 21st, 2023, Ji Shiming, a veteran correspondent for Asia Weekly, dropped a bombshell while being interviewed by Voice of America. The father of Fu Xiaotian's son was none other than Qin Gang, China's foreign minister at the time. And suddenly, all the pieces fit. Qin Gang was born on March 19th. Fu had posted her birthday message on March 18th, just as it was already March 19th in Beijing. On March 20th, Xi Jinping left for a state visit to Russia, with Qin Gang traveling at his side. Qin's 57th birthday fell right in between. Minister Qin Gang's career had just skyrocketed. In 2021, he became China's ambassador to the US, widely seen as one of Xi Jinping's most trusted diplomats. By 2022, he was promoted to foreign minister, and by March 2023, he was a state councilor, one of the youngest ever to reach that rank. But then suddenly, he vanished. Qin's last public appearance was June 25, 2023, when he met officials from Sri Lanka, Russia, and Vietnam. After that, silence. Within weeks, the rumors began and quickly tied his downfall to Fu Xiaotian's mysterious disappearance. On July 11th, the Foreign Ministry announced Qin would not attend the upcoming ASEAN meeting in Indonesia, citing health reasons. But here's the odd part. The meeting wasn't until September. To announce his absence due to health nearly 2 months early meant only one thing. His problem was serious, health-wise or politically. When foreign reporters pressed for details, Ministry spokeswoman Mao Ning brushed them off. No denial, no reassurance. That silence only fueled speculation. Observers concluded Minister Qin Gang was definitely in trouble. And indeed he was. On July 24th, the Politburo met. The next day, an unscheduled session of the National People's Congress Standing Committee announced it. Qin Gang was removed as foreign minister. Ji Shiming later told VOA with certainty, Fu Xiaotian and Qin Gang had been romantically involved since 2017. They broke up in 2019 because Qin couldn't get a divorce, and Fu made such a scene that senior party leaders all knew about it. During the pandemic, the two reconciled. Qin even wrote his mistress a pledge, promising to give her formal status. Supporting that claim, netizens dug up a 2022 interview. Fu was interviewing Qin Gang, then China's ambassador to Washington. The way she gazed at him was unmistakable. Her body language didn't look like a journalist's professionalism. It looked more like a woman in love. And then came the baby's name, Qing. In Chinese, it sounded like Qing II or Qing Jr. At that point, the conversation online shifted. This wasn't just about Miss Fu's love life. The bigger question became, what made Minister Qin Gang disappear? One camp argued Fu pushed too hard, making their affair too public, and Qin paid the political price. As for Miss Fu, she vanished with him. But others pushed back. They argued that sex scandals don't topple senior CCP officials. Remember tennis star Peng Shuai? She accused former Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli of sexual misconduct. And who disappeared? Not Zhang, it was Peng. In September 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that Qin's case had been downgraded to the provincial ministerial level and framed as a lifestyle issue. That seemed to validate the gossip version: love, jealousy, and scandal. But then another narrative emerged. In October 2023, Qin was also stripped of his role as state counselor. In November, the party's disciplinary watchdog published a warning about diplomats being infiltrated and turned. The timing was telling. If not aimed at the disgraced foreign minister, who else? By December, U.S. outlet Politico cited Chinese insiders claiming Qin had already died in July, either by suicide or under torture during interrogation. That pointed far beyond romance. In February 2024, the Washington Post reported the most explosive version yet. Qin's downfall wasn't just about an affair, it was espionage. According to the piece, Fu Xiaotian wasn't merely a glamorous TV anchor. She was a spy, recruited by Britain's MI6 during her time in the UK. Her relationship with Qin wasn't love at first sight. It was a mission. The story said Russia tipped off Beijing. When the minister learned who his mistress really was, he allegedly attempted suicide. Other outlets followed up, suggesting Ms. Fu may have been a swallow, KGB slang for a honey trap agent, and possibly even a double agent working for both China and Britain. The school she attended, Beijing Language and Culture University, has long been rumored training grounds for China's own swallows and ravens. If true, Minister Qin's downfall wasn't about private morals. It was about state secrets. What secrets? Well, in late 2022 and mid-2023, the U.S. released remarkably detailed intelligence on China's rocket force, the unit in charge of nuclear and strategic missiles. Names, photos, organizational charts, even supply lines. Around the time Qin vanished, top rocket force commanders, including Li Yuchao, were also purged. By July 2024, 3 former commanders and several deputies had been taken down. The entire leadership team was gutted. Something catastrophic had happened at the very top of China's military. By July 2024, Qin's fate finally surfaced in official documents. The third plenum communiqué said, Comrade Qin Gang's resignation request had been accepted. Now, the language was strikingly respectful, calling him comrade and framing it as voluntary resignation. That contradicts the idea of a confirmed espionage suspect. The explanation some offered, Qin might already have died accidentally, making the political report from December 2023 true. After all, if Qin is dead, there's no need to condemn him. In a conversation with British media personality Mehdi Hassan, the CCP's frequent English language surrogate Victor Gao said of Qin,
"Where is he?"
He's somewhere in China. You will never see him.
As for Fu Xiaotian, she vanished completely. The only thing we know, she's in China, likely detained, and considered important to the investigation. Beyond that, nothing. Her fate is a blank page. And yet, just before her return flight to Beijing, she seemed carefree. While the Gulf Stream was refueling in Alaska, she messaged friends in Beijing, cheerful, "When I get back, let's have dinner together." It seems that Miss Fu was fooled. Whoever arranged her return, whoever provided that private jet, may have been leading her straight into a trap. Her name, Fu Xiaotian, will likely remain censored inside China's firewall for a long time. But if that wall ever falls, and if she is still alive, perhaps she will tell her side of the story, what really happened in London, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Beijing. And that concludes today's story. Thank you for watching. If you like the program, please don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next update. That's all. See you next time.